This is Kathy from Gadgets Top 321, and in today's video I'm comparing the standard size ESV Study Bible hardcover edition to the personal size ESV Study Bible, also a hardcover edition. Now, let's get straight to the size comparison. You can see how much more narrow and how much shorter it is. Width-wise, they're practically the same. Now, the standard size is about a cover's width wider. If you compare just without the cover, they're practically the same. So, for all practical purposes, they're the same width. I think the standard size is about a pound lighter, which is really significant when you're one-handed holding it, just doing everyday reading. This is a much more manageable size. Now, I've had this one for several years now, and it used to be my everyday Bible, but it just got to be so cumbersome. But I was still reluctant to get the personal size because when you read reviews on this Bible, there's a lot of negative reviews on how small and uncomfortable the text size is. So, and here's just an example of some of the great study tools in this Bible. I want to get to, it's a single column layout, which I prefer double column, but I love all the study tools in here. Let's see. Now, I do wear glasses, but they are to correct my distance vision. I can see to read pretty well up close. So I can read this very comfortably without glasses. You can see it's slightly smaller than the standard size, but to me it's worth the sacrifice. It's comfortable to read, and I do like the smaller size of the personal size Bible. Now, when you get down into the footnotes, it does start to get pretty small. It's not quite as comfortable to read, but to me that's an advantage. I'm less likely to get down here and get distracted. If I need to look something up, your footnotes are down here, but I'm less likely to get distracted by them. The main text is much more pleasant to read. Let's see. There's not a lot of margin room, but I do take notes in my Bible, and I do a lot of underlining, but I do that with pencil, so I can't really speak too much about how well the paper holds up to different pens, but it is a pretty lightweight, thin paper. And you see, I write in my Bible and do my underlining in pencil, and I have to be careful. I can't press down too hard. The paper's pretty thin, and as far as pencils go, it will leave an indent in the paper if you press too hard. This paper, you can see how when I press down on that, it's like tissue paper that you wrap gifts with. But I am perfectly willing to make the sacrifice and have thin paper if it keeps the Bible thin enough. This is no thin Bible, but keeps it light and more manageable. What I use, I've shown this before, what I use for notes, if I need larger notes, and for sermon notes, I use a Rhodia meeting book. And here lately I've been using my Lamy logo. A Lamy CP1 is also a good match for this notebook. They're both narrow pens and can just slide in to the rings, and having a spring-loaded clip makes it easier to slide it in and out. And recently I replaced the stainless steel nib that came with this pen with a gold nib, and I'm really loving this whole setup. It's very pleasant to use, and So I still, well, I haven't used the standard size since I got my personal size. I'm just enjoying it so much. But this is a good Bible to use for study and lesson preparation if you're going to be working at a desk. And this is nice to have for everyday reading and carrying with you back and forth to church. And if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.